Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm gonna do my makeup favorites, and of course these are products that I use every single day to do my makeup. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off in the order that I do my makeup, which is eyes first. So my favorite eyeshadow palettes, you guys know it's Morphe. I don't use anything else but Morphe eyeshadow palettes, and just because they're thebomb.com, they have such a huge selection of palettes, such a variety of colors. They have all the colors you can imagine. So I love Morphe, and you know their eyeshadow quality of course is good. So my top 3 favorite Morphe palettes are gonna be the Jaclyn Hill palette, of course. This palette is just like thebomb.com, so my favorite. And then my next favorite is the Morphe 35OM, which is the all matte brown shades. So it's an all matte palette. That one is also my favorite. And my last favorite is the 35K. It's kind of broken, but I love the 35K because it's a cool tone palette, and I love doing cool tones as well. So 35K is a perfect cool tone palette. So these are my top 3 favorite Morphe palettes, but every eyeshadow palette that I own is all Morphe. So next I'm gonna go into glitters. So I don't really do glitter looks that often like I used to before. I mainly just keep my glitters in my makeup kit, you know, just in case clients want glitter. So for me, I like using these are the JCat ones, and they have many colors, and I do buy them at the swap meet. I think they're like $2 each, maybe like 3 for $5. I remember when I bought them, that's how much they were. So, and I have like all the shades. So I really like the JCat glitters, and really I feel like any glitter is good. And for glitter glue, I'm currently using the NYX glitter primer. This one is really good. I've been using this one, but my favorite one is the Ben Nye glitter glue. That one is glue. That one will make your stuff stick. So the Ben Nye, I really like that one, but it is like a lot more stronger, and it is a liquid. This one's like a cream, so this one's good too. The NYX one as well. And then moving on to eyelash glue. So I just used this one. I don't know what lash coater. This one is just like the little ones from Walmart or Target that I buy. They're okay, they do the job, but my favorite lash glue hands down is the Esquito one. That one I got on Amazon, and I would buy it for my kit, and for some reason they stopped. I mean, they didn't have them in stock anymore. They were unavailable, but you know, I did go back and check, and now they have them available. So Esquito lash glue has to be the best lash glue I've tried, hands down, the best. And then for liner, so for liner, you guys know that I like using you know, gel and a wing. It's just what works for me, and it makes it easier for me. So for gel, this one is my absolute favorite. It's the Maybelline Lasting Drama gel liner, and this is in the shade black. This one is so good, you guys. It's waterproof, and it's waterproof, so it's a really good liner. It's all black matte. I used to buy the what's it called, Inglot one, the Inglot gel liner in shade 77. That one was my favorite liner, like the darkest, the mattest. But the thing is with that one, it would dry out so fast, super fast. Like I wouldn't be halfway through the little bottle and it would be already like completely dried up, and I hated that. Even with using the Duraline, like the little Inglot drops that they provide you with, the gel liner, those drops did not work. I mean, they did the job for that one time, but it was still just too drying. So this one, my favorite hands down, and so inexpensive. And then for the wing, which is what I use the liquid for, is the NYX matte liquid liner. This one is really good too. So these 2 favorite liners, hands down, and you can buy them at the drugstore. Next, so mascara. You guys know L'Oreal Telescopic is my jam. I love this one so much because I don't have like the longest eyelashes. So this one has like the smallest brush, so you can like really get into your lashes, and that is amazing. I love this mascara. So next for my eyebrows. So eyebrows, I've always used Anastasia Dip Brow. I've never used anything else. Well, I tried using the Inglot, like the Inglot little brow liners and brow gels, and no, again, too drying, way too drying. I cannot with that. So that's the thing about using gel products, like they tend to dry out super fast, but the Maybelline liner and Anastasia, I've never really had a problem with it. And a little tip that I learned is that instead of starting like from top to bottom, start from the side. Start off from the side and move on to the other side. That way it doesn't dry out as fast, and that works. It really works. So I start from one side and then work my way to the other half, instead of, you know, starting from all the top and then go working your way down to the bottom. So that definitely helps, guys. So just a little tip that I learned. And I use the shade Ebony. I've always used the shade Ebony. I believe when I had my hair blonde, I would use, when I had it ash brown, I would use like I don't remember what color I would use. I think I would use soft brown, if I'm not mistaken. But Ebony is my color, and you know, gels is what I've always used. If you give me a brow pencil, I'm not gonna be able to do my eyebrows, because when I started, I got you know, I did use this and I got like used to using the dip brow. So Anastasia, best of all, of course. And then this is the one I have in my kit as well for my clients. So next up, face. So for primers, I have always loved the Smashbox primer water. For me personally, I do not like that heavy feeling on my face. I do not like feeling like pounds of makeup on my skin. I've never liked that, so I've always leaned towards lighter primers, and I have pretty normal skin. Like I used to get a little oily before, but now I have absolutely no oils. My skin is like literally perfect. Not dry, not oily. It's good. So the primer water is so good, you know, for those who don't like a heavy silicone feeling on their face and want something like refreshing, I would say. The Smashbox primer water, so good, and it does the job as well. I've been using the Monet aftershave, the black aftershave and moisturizer to use as a primer as well, and OMG, I love it. Like, do you guys remember when the Nivea aftershave was like, how do you say it? The Nivea aftershave was like the shit back then, you know, because, you know, people were using it as a makeup primer and it worked really, really good. So same with this one, the Monet one. I really feel like when I don't use it, when I use the sunscreen primer instead of using the Monet one, I really can tell the difference. Like, I don't know what it is with aftershaves, but they really, like, how do you say it? They really hold your makeup in place. Like, I feel like my makeup is glued on, but of course I don't feel that stickiness. I don't feel like, you know, I don't feel anything on my face, which I love. So I do apply the Monet aftershave and moisturizer as primer, and then this one as well, and I spray my face with this one as well. So for my oily people, like people who have oily skin, like I would say about 80% of my clients have oily skin, and then 20% of the makeup clients I had dry skin. And you guys, it's better to have oily skin than dry skin, trust me. So for my oily girls, this primer is the primer that I have in my kit. You guys, this primer is so bomb. Like, I tried it one time when I got it. I did try it out for myself, and it's amazing. So amazing. And this is the Lancome La Base Pro. Such a good primer, and actually a really good makeup artist recommended this to me, and it's the bomb, guys. So people who have oily skin, you know, struggle with your makeup and everything, this one is the bomb. And again, you don't have that heavy feeling on your face, which I dislike about primers. So really good primer. For my dry skin girls, so I currently have the Too Faced Hangover RX primer for dry skin in my kit. And you know, I don't really experience clients with dry skin as much as I do with oily skin, so I've only used it a couple of times. But another primer that I like for dry skin is the Embryolisse. The Embryolisse does have one for dry normal skin and for oily skin, and I buy them at CameraReadyCosmetics.com. Those are really good primers. It's like a kind of like a moisturized skin primer type of thing. So again, Embroily's has one for dry skin and one for oily skin. Those are the ones I would use on my kit before, and they are freaking amazing. Just this time I didn't feel like ordering from CameraReadyCosmetics.com. I wanted to get all my stuff like in one store, so that's why I restocked all my kit on Ulta, and rather than, you know, ordering some stuff at Ulta, ordering some stuff at Camera Ready Cosmetics, because I did get some stuff at Camera Ready Cosmetics. For example, my setting powder. So this one, Ben Nye, again, buy on CameraReadyCosmetics.com, and this is the best, period. So when I did start doing makeup and learning how to do makeup and everything, this is the setting powder that I use, and I have not used anything else besides this in the past 6 years. This is just amazing. I think this is like my second or third bottle that I've used of the Ben Nye banana powder. So for us morenitas, you know, I do have a lot of clients that resemble my skin tone. This is the bomb. So next, concealer. So concealer, I love Too Faced Born This Way, hands down my favorite. Of course, I love the Tarte Shape Tape one as well, but I feel like the Shape Tape is heavier on your skin, of course, because it's full coverage concealer. This one I feel works just as good, but it's so light, like you can't even feel it on your face, but yet it covers so good. So Born This Way, best concealer ever, and I'm in the shade Almond for references. Foundation, you guys know the L'Oreal Infallible is my favorite foundation ever. I have tried so many foundations, you know, Sephora, Ulta, drugstore, and this just takes the trophy for me. Like, I love this foundation so much. Again, I personally don't like feeling that heavy feeling of stuff on my face. Like, for example, the MAC Studio Fix foundation, that one you can feel the heaviness of it, like how thick the foundation is. And this one, you literally feel like nothing's on your face, and I love it. It's such good coverage. It's medium coverage, it's buildable coverage, and it's just amazing. And I love the shade range. I feel like I'm very yellow undertone, and I feel like a lot of people who have yellow undertones struggle to find foundation colors, and their shade range is like amazing. That's the exact reason why I have these in my kit, because their shade range just pairs so well with us Latinas. So L'Oreal Pro Matte Foundation, favorite hands down ever. I will not ever use anything else because this just takes the trophy for me. So I know it's meant for oily skin because it's a Pro Matte foundation, but I do use this on my dry skin clients, and I feel like as long as you have a really good primer for dry skin, like, you're good. It's perfectly fine. So if you have dry skin and you want to try it out, definitely have a good primer, because if not, then it's not gonna work the best for you. So make sure you have a really good hydrating primer and try out this foundation because it's the bomb. And I'm in shade 105 for references. Next up, so lashes. I get a lot of questions about my lashes, and you guys, I buy them all on Amazon. Same with my kit. My kit is like full of many styles, many sizes of lashes, and I get them all from Amazon. So the ones that I'm currently wearing right now are these, again from Amazon, and they're just like, they come in a pair of 2, and they're the bomb. I love these little fluffy full long lashes. So you guys, go to Amazon, search up mink lashes, and thank me later. So now moving on to contour. So I'm using the Morphe 8H palette. I love this palette. I love the shades, but of course it's like broken because I shattered all the highlights shattered, so I was so sad. And I use this shade. Obviously, this is the shade I use. So I'm using this palette because I think when I went to go buy one, my favorite bronzer was not in stock, so I went to go look for an alternative, and this is what I found. So my favorite bronzer contour is the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil. That one is the most amazing bronzer, like, contour for my skin color. So that one's my absolute favorite. I just believe that when I went to go buy one, it didn't have them in stock. That's why I got the palette. I don't need to be using a palette because, you know, it's just for myself. I would suggest, you know, just buy like palettes, if you know, in your kit, I think like for just yourself you only need like one shade, because again I don't use these 3 shades. So Morphe 8H is a really good contour palette if you know you're a makeup artist and you do makeup. For the one I have for my kit is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Original Contour Kit. Again, I'm using this one, but I like the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil, favorite one for contour and bronzer. Next, moving on to blush. This is the only blush I use, and the only blush I've used for like the past years. It's the Milani shade Bellissimo Bronze, and as you guys can see, it's like almost completely done. But this is my favorite blush, hands down. I don't feel like blush, like I said, you have to have like 20 shades of blush. I feel like that's unnecessary. Just like find a couple that you know that you do like on your skin. But the Milani ones, the baked powder blushes are really good. And for highlight, you guys know it's the Becca Opal. I freaking love this highlight. I've always struggled to find a good highlight, and this one just takes the crown for me. It's like perfect for my skin tone. And this is the shade Opal. So Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Opal. So maybe if I can open it and I can show you guys. So this is the color of it. It's like a, I don't know, but I love it. Let me apply it. And I personally don't like a really like bright, strong highlight, and I feel like this one is just like the perfect one. So Becca Opal, favorite highlighter ever. What else am I missing? I think that's it. I think that was it. So I'm gonna go and show you guys my favorite brushes as well. As far as lipstick, the ones that I've been wearing every single day for like the past 3 months is these 2. So it's the Morphe shade True Story and the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink and Driver. So I pair these 2 together and it just makes like the perfect lip color. I haven't really been into lipstick or changing up my lipstick because we're wearing masks, so there's no point of me to even bother wearing different shades of lipstick. So these 2 are my favorite, just for a natural shade favorite. So now going into brushes. So for my face, of course, the Black Beauty Blender is hands down my favorite one. And if you guys didn't know, the different colors of beauty blenders are for different things. The pink one is like the original beauty blender. This one is the pro one, and I believe the white one is the skin, for the skin, how do you say it? I completely lost my train of thought. For like so the white one is for like skin products, like skincare. Wow. So yeah, the Black Beauty Blender, favorite for the face, hands down. And the difference between using a brush and a beauty blender. So with a brush, like for example, if you use a brush, whatever you applied, whatever foundation you applied on the, on your face, you're just, blending it in with the brush, and it's all going to stay there. So when you use a beauty blender and it is damp, it is wet, what you're doing is picking up the extra product with the beauty blender. So I mean, that's the only difference between the beauty blender and the brush. Like when you use a beauty blender, it does pick up that extra product that you don't need, as opposed to a brush where, whatever product you apply, you're gonna apply it on your face. Don't get me wrong, using a brush, your foundation looks really good. But again, for me, who I don't like, that heavy feeling on my face, beauty blender is the way to go for me. So now moving on to brushes. So again, I use all Morphe brushes because they're just the bomb. So the most common ones that I use is the MB23, and this one is I use for my first shade, which is the transition shade. So MB23, the M441, of course, the M506. This is my favorite brush ever because it really gets into the crease. So M506 is my favorite one. And then the M209, I use this one like to apply the color on my lid. This one is really good. And then I use This one I don't have it doesn't have the name on it, but this one is a Morphe one as well, and it's like a small little like pointed dense brush, and this one I use for my inner corner, and sometimes I use like when I really want to be precise with the black, I do just use the tip because it does have a pointed tip, so it really helps me get into like my crease and really, how do you say it, be precise with the color. So this one's really good. It's Morphe, but then again I don't know what number it is. Also the M432, I use this one, it's a flat one. I use this one for under my eyes. And the M165, this one I use to carve out my eyebrows and my crease. This one's really, I really love this one. It's like an angled flat one. My camera's not focusing, but. And for my liner, like for my gel liner, I just use a little brush that the liner comes with. So the liner comes with a little brush, and this is what I use to apply the liner. For my eyebrows, I do use the e.l.f. angled one, the one that has a spoolie at the end. This one's my favorite eyebrow brush ever, and it's $3, $3 freaking dollars. So this is my favorite eyebrow brush. And for my nose contour, I use this like flat one, flat fluffy one. I don't know where this is from, honestly. I know it's not from Morphe for sure, but you know, it's just like a small flat fluffy brush. That's the one I use to contour my nose. And then for my face, for contour, the best one I've ever tried in my life, Morphe M405. Favorite contour brush ever. And then for blush, I do use this Sonia Kashuk contour brush. I did buy this, contour brush. I did buy this one at Target. And this is like my favorite for blush. Like you literally just pack it on like this. Best blush brush ever. And then for highlight, I like using a fan. Like a fan, I think like a fan works just better than, you know, using like a little like fluffy one. So I personally like a fan brush, and this one I got at the Remate for like $1. So this is the one I use for my highlight. So I think that's all, you guys. These are the products that I use every day for my makeup. My favorites, hands down. You know, I haven't changed anything up in my routine because this is what works for me and this is perfect for me. So yeah, you guys, if you have any questions, you know, feel free to message me on my Instagram. I would love to answer your makeup questions, you guys. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe and give it a like. Thank you for watching.